What is up, my friends? Welcome. Another historic deck tech here on the official MTG Arena YouTube channel. My name is Jim Davis. I'm a full-time content creator and professional Magic player. And if you want to see more from me and other great content creators here on my channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit all the buttons. It'll make you feel good. Today, we're going to be playing one of my favorite formats in the game right now in Historic. And we're playing a deck that is 30 lands and an alternate win con card. And it's not a joke. It's actually very good. I first built this deck on a show I do on my own channel called Freshly Brewed, where I try out off-the-wall deck building ideas, fully expecting it to just be a meme deck. But after winning every match that day, I quickly realized we had something pretty cool on our hands. What we have here is a somewhat rare ramp combo deck, a deck looking to get ahead on mana quickly, utilize it in powerful ways, but also looking to put together a combination of cards that just says, I win, in the face of almost any threat. To get that done, we gotta look a little more closely at the deck's marquee card, Maze's End. Maze's End is a colorless land that enters the battlefield tapped, with an ability that allows you to tap it and 3 mana to return it to your hand and replace it with any gate land from your deck. What's a gate? More on that in a moment. And then, if you control 10 or more gates with different names, you just win the game. Boom, that's it. Game's over, pack it up, and move on to the next one. Now, of course, having 10 uniquely named lands in play is not an easy task, let alone ones of a certain type. But in a lot of ways, Maze's End is the plan B when your primary plan is just utilizing ramp and payoffs for your gates. So, what the heck is a gate? We're playing 8 of the original 10 guild gates in varying numbers, and they're just enter the battlefield tap duels with a unique type. Not that exciting, but they provide us with the colors we need, and more importantly, the uniquely named gates we need. Thankfully, Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate gave us some more gates in the form of the Seek Gate cycle, which gives us the ability to sink mana into our lands and seek spells. But most importantly, it sets a namesake card and the most powerful card in our deck, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate gives us a huge tutorable payoff for having all these gates in play, giving us heaps of mana, while also being a land that comes in untapped. Finishing off the lands is the wonderful Plaza of Harmony, which gives us a little life buffer, as well as an untapped land that can tap for many different colors of mana. So, aside from Maze's End, why are we playing all these gates? Well, gates were a minor theme in our last trip to Ravnica, giving us 3 amazing payoff cards for filling our deck with tap lands. Gatebreaker Ram is a huge trampling attacker and blocker for very cheap, which can play defense always set up, and then go on the offensive later. Gates Ablaze is an excellent sweeper that's always sized just right to kill our opponent's stuff and not our Gatebreaker Rams. And Guild Summit is a great card draw engine to keep things rolling. However, how are we going to go for the fact that all of our lands enter the battlefield tapped? By hitting extra land drops, that's how. A Boreal Razor, Explorer, and Growth Spiral all allow us to put extra lands on the battlefield so we can get our tap lands in and our mana base online quickly. And then we come to perhaps the best card in the deck, Circuitous Route, which acts as a double ramp, double demonic tutor effect that turbocharges everything we do, while also tutoring for Baldur's Gate so we can get tons of mana, as well as our Seek Gates for card draw so we don't flood. Lastly, we have the wonderful Hydroid Krasis, which provides us with life gain and uncounterable card draw, and our companion Gigantha, which is perfect for this deck, as we love to make tons of mana and are perfectly happy having an 8 mana 5/5 at some point in the game for flooding. As far as the sideboard goes, we have some counter spells for against opposing combo and control decks, relic opportunities for some graveyard hate, some more sweepers in Deafening Clarion and Ugin the Spirit Dragon, a little life gain in Archway Angel, and the awesome Chandra Awakened Inferno against counterspell control decks. So, that's the sideboard, that's the deck, let's get right to the games. Alrighty, gates. Play. Explore Summit Krasis lands, love it, hand's great. We got untapped land, a tap land, and Explorer, got some card draw. We're on the play, so we don't really have much interaction, but that's fine because we're going to be doing our thing. Some creepy sleeves from our opponent here. Simic Guild Gate, and light it up. Their deck is 61 cards, the old 61 card special. And they're playing Duress. Alright, a little less common than Thoughtseize, but I imagine if they have a second discard spell, they'll take Explore. If they only have one, they'll take Guild Summit. Good thing we have some good card draw options in our hand. Take the Explorer, sure. We draw Circuitous Route, which is obviously very good. So play tap land and say go. And we're going to hope that they don't have like 4 more discard spells, basically. Rakdos mid-range looks like. Very popular deck in both Pioneer and Historic. A lot of good disruption, a lot of good cards. Thoughtseize, sure. Luckily, we have 3 heaters in our hand, so take the Guild Summit, and we draw a Growth Spiral. 2 or fewer other lands. So we can go I guess we can just Plaza, right? You can Plaza, gain some life, and put in the portal tapped at the end of her turn. Sure. So, get some life, say go. Spiral allows us to come in untapped. Comes adapt. Play Route into Krasis, which is pretty great. So they really need to keep playing Thought Seizes because we have a lot of good heaters in our hand. Here's a Agadim, the Undercrypt. Take 3 and play Dreadhorde Arcanist. Very good card, obviously. Can flash these back, which is pretty good. But I think we're in decent shape here. Fire up Growth Spiral. And we'll draw a Gates Ablaze. Okay. Play this on red. And now the question is, do I want to Gates Ablaze the Arcanist right now so they can't Thoughtseize me again? Or do I want to just cast the Route, let them Thoughtseize my Krasis? Honestly, if they Thoughtseize Krasis, then I have Gates Ablaze Ram, which is really good also. I'm going to Route here, I think. We have card draw in play too, so let's, oops. Cast this, pay the 1 life. Let's get Baldur's Gate and some other gate. Yeah, red-green gate, maybe. Kind of want to get a unique gate for... I might just get card draw gate, too, actually. I'll just get the gate to Manowar. So, take those 2 and say go. Now, the Arcanist gets a free shot at me. It just gets to flashback a Thoughtseize. And look at my hand again. But I think that our hand is juiced enough where it's fine. They almost have to take Krasis, because we can draw a bunch of cards next turn. And then playing a Blaze into Ram is great, too. Here's Thoughtseize. They're also down to 11. We also have Gigantha hanging out, too. So once we get the lands in play, we just have a 5/5 hanging out, which honestly is pretty hard for our opponent to kill. It doesn't have a Fatal Push, doesn't have a Stomp. It needs to be like a go for the throat kind of effect to kill Gigantha. So, and of course, it blocks Arcan as well, too. So, yeah, hard to imagine any card being taken here but Hydra Krasis. Take the 1. 4 cards left. Oh, it does creepy hand motions, too? That is creepy, yeah. Please stop. You're creeping me out. It's Gix, I think, right? Look at the guy down here. He's like, yeah, he loves it. Blood-Tithe Harvester's cool. That's weird because they know we have Gates Ablaze. But sure. So we're going to play the Guild Gate. How much mana can I make here? We're going to make a bunch of green. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually 1 short on being able to buy Gigantha. That's fine, though, whatever. So, play Gates Ablaze. Kill your stuff. Now, they have a Fatal Push here. We just gave them a Revolt to kill it, but they have a Blood anyway, so it's totally fine. So play the Ram. If you got it, kill it. If you don't, awesome. Yeah, I'm feeling a push here. Okay, that's fine. So we have Gigantha not in our hand. It's off to the side. So we have 5/5. We have a card draw off the gate, and then a card draw off the gate, and then a bunch of mana, and they have no pressure. Here is Crucius, Titan of the Waves. End step, they can discard a card, and then choose to get a card that's more expensive or less expensive, and a treasure. We draw another Ram. Okay, I don't think we can buy, play, and Ram. Let's see here. We've got. Let's tap the. Let's tap these. Yeah, tap this. No, I think they flipped these, and I don't want to misclick. Whoever chooses to do that, I don't like you. Make a bunch of green. We have 5 mana. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can draw off the gate and then just play the gate all to the Rams. That's too bad. Let's draw. See what we draw. We're going to seek a non-land card. Draw a spell, which is awesome. Draw Explore. If I explore and don't draw a land, I can't play the Rams. So play the Ram. So Ram number 2. It is a very large creature. 8/8 sheep. They're at 10. Discard a Shieldred. And you got a card that costs less, I assume. So, alright, that's pretty good here. I go to 9. Discard 1 card, and then draw 2. It's a it's a land, so no token. And if I don't find a removal spell, though, so Ram's gonna get him. So I imagine they'll discard a card here, and they'll choose up. So they just drew any random spell, basically. We have Growth Spiral, we've got Explore. We're going to explore first, or we definitely want to seek off this thing too. This makes a white. This makes a white also. Let's add a mana. And this makes white too. Let's add a mana. This makes 5 mana, like 5 green. Cast Explore. Drew a gate. Cool. I think we're happy. We're 1 short of casting Gigantha again, which is pretty annoying, but let's just Growth Spiral. We have a land drop coming also, so we draw a land. We can play 2 lands here. They're going to Blood, discarding a land, which feels very desperate to me. It's like they're looking for that Fatal Push. We draw Gates Ablaze, which is good, honestly. Put this land in, and now I can just Gates Ablaze, kill their things, and kill them, which is awesome. So you gotta have the you gotta have that Fatal Push. Do you have it? Or punch it in the face? All right, cool. So 3 Thoughtseizes there, no problem. We get once we get our mana base online, we draw cards, we do our thing. That's pretty awesome. So sideboarding is going to come in. I think we're interested in relics. Maybe not actually. We want to keep our spell density really high because we want to be able to get hit by a few Thoughtseizes like we did that game and still keep going. Deafening Clarion is a little interesting. It does kill a lot of their creatures, which is pretty cool. Killing Arcanist is pretty important. Ugin's probably a little much. I'm going to shave like 2 Grazers for 2 Clarions. Grazer gets a lot worse in the games where your opponent is interacting with you because if they're going to Thoughtseize you twice, you just want to have more action. You know, that Thoughtseize slows the game down, and Grazer doesn't really benefit there. And it doesn't really block profitably either. If they attack with an Arcanist, they get a spell back anyway. They have 3/3s, so shave 2 Grazers in the more fair matchups. I'm going to bring in 2 Deafening Clarions, I think, and call it a day. I think Ugin's not crazy either, but I think this is fine for now. Let's see how they sideboard also. Thankfully, there are no Blood Moon, kind of effects in the historic format, which is good because those cards are obviously very annoying. So, hop into game 2 here. We'll be on the draw, which honestly isn't that bad, barring them getting an Arcanist in play and going out of hand. I think that's the one key card they have against us. It's important to obviously identify the key cards they have and figure out how you're going to lose the game. And I think an unchecked Arcanist would be definitely a way they could beat us. All right, our hand is lacking green, but has the gates, has some good cards. We're going to keep this. Again, we're going to have time to draw into stuff. They're going to Thoughtseize us anyway, so we'll want to have 7 cards in my hand, and I'm not really feeling too bad here. I also have the untap land, too, which is good, so. All right, Gates Ablaze. I also have Gates Ablaze as well, so you can turn through Gates Ablaze, so. Play Guildgate. So they go. They have Agadeem tapped. Blood Crypt Shock. Bloodtithe Harvester, great. So, thankfully, not a, no thanks. We draw the green. Yeah, can't use it yet, but that's fine. Play that as they go. They play a creature. I play Gates Ablaze. If they don't play a creature, I play the Ram. Feels pretty good to me. I guess the thing is, though, if I do that, then I can't play Route on turn 4. But let's see what they do. Ooh. That card's pretty good against us. So Leon of the Veil is a card that's kind of hard for us to interact with. And then also threatens an ultimate, which can make us sack our lands. So our Gatebreaker Ram just got pretty important here. We're going to ditch one of these 2 Ablazes. And then we got to make some land drops. We might... I'm going to, I think, let them discard a card or 2. And hopefully they'll discard discard a kill spell. We can get our Ram online. So let's see what we draw here. We draw another Guildgate. So... I think I want to play... We could play Ram. I'm sorry, they have Liliana in play too. Duh, sorry. So if I play Ram next to Liliana, which might actually be fine because it turns them off the ability to make us discard. If I play the Plaza, though, I can't play Route next turn. So I think we just play a tap land. They go to 5. Play Route. They go to 6. No, we can't do that. All right, play the Ram. If this just minuses 2 counters off Liliana, it's fine for us. Sokazan. They're playing Thran Portal also. I think that's a gate there. Sure, there's the Edict. So now we're very far away from Ultimate, which is very important. Ideally, they play a creature here. That one's too big. Slow down. I didn't mean it. Monkey Paw Curls. Growth Spiral. Okay. So, we can't kill this yet. We need 5 gates in play. We only have 2 currently. We're about to have 3, 4. So, and again, we can't route, which sucks, but... Let's play Growth Spiral now. We take 2 off of it. We are dying very fast here, unfortunately. Alright, we're going to put in the Azorius Guildgate. We're gonna put in. So we get to wrath them next turn. Put in gate to sea tower. So they go. A Thoughtseize here would probably close this game out. They discard the duplicate guild gate. They discard an Arcanist. They have one card left. What is this creepy card? Wow. It is Karn, the Great Creator. Interesting. So we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7. We're getting a Worm Coil engine? Okay, touche. Let's have a draw a ram. So we're gonna resolve this. And yeah, I mean, just play Gate and Wrath. And I wish you could play the ram too. That would really, really help. Keeping this thing under wraps. They don't have land 6 yet either for the Worm Coil, so here's Gates Ablaze. We're at 4, which is not ideal, but kill those. There you go. I think that Planeswalkers might get us here, and Planeswalkers are a bit of a weak spot for this deck because there isn't really a way to directly kill them. You know, if Gates Ablaze help kill Planeswalkers too, we'd be in real happy, but probably get Darksteel Citadel here, cast the Worm Coil, Treasure Vault, Citadel, whatever, same thing. So now we are dead on board at present, and I think they're going to get us because Liliana will get us too here. Discard the route.
Don't overthink.
We draw a land, and now we're dead. Yeah, so we play land, play this thing, they eat it, doesn't kill us. So, alright, on to game 3. That was a decent hand on their part for sure. The Liliana was definitely clutch, and then the Shielder was very clutch too. Yep, they got us. Game 3.
Sacrifices must be made.
So, no sideboard changes. I mean, I guess actually, you know what? I think Ugin comes in. Now on the play, I'm less scared of needing Clarion. And I want to have a way to kill Planeswalkers. Doesn't kill Karn, but to kill the Clarions, bring in the Ugin, and then stopping Arcanist is pretty important too, though. Grazer don't block much. Grazer definitely don't block much. Let's leave Clarion in. Let's have 5 sweepers. I think that's fine. So, on the play for game 3. Looking to get out early and then try and get one of those card draw engines online. And, ooh, can't keep that one. Alright, so, pretty rough one. One lander in our 30 land deck happens sometimes. And I'm mulligan into double explore. Alright, sounds great. One mulligan also. We're going to keep this ship and explore. And just looking to get this Guild Summit in play. Once it's in play, they can't remove it. It's an enchantment. And they're playing red-black. So, obviously, if they have some Thoughtseizes here, we've mulligan now. So, that's not really great for us. But, see what we can do. Wave. Castle Lochthwain. So, here is a explore. Here is our gate. And we are all rolled up for a Guild Summit and then draw a card. Please don't Thoughtseize me. How many times I said that before, right? It worked. Alright. We actually drew the route, too, which is great. But yeah, we're gonna summon here. Slam Summit. Play a land, draw a card. And I think we're off to the races. I think. Maybe. Possibly. Play a land, draw a card. We have 2 card draw lands in play. Resolving route next turn will draw us 2 cards as well as put a bunch of lands into play. Yeah, I think if they don't Thoughtseize us now, they are absolutely 100% dead. They're going to Electrostatic Blast us. Super cool alchemy card. It's a shock. And when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, you exile the top 3, and you can play one of them. Really fun card, because it requires you to sequence it in cool ways and make sure you're tapping out for things, and it's card advantage. Super awesome card. I love it. Here's Crucius, Titan of Waves. They're going to discard a card, and they're going to choose Expedient or Ambitious. Get a card that costs less or more. And it didn't tell us what they chose. I mean, there was just an update today. Maybe it's a bug, but I think we're off to the races here, though. We're about to do all the cool stuff we can do. Here's the route. Here's Baldur's Gate. Here's another draw land. And then we draw 2 cards off this. And we're about to start spiraling wildly out of control. Hydro Crisis, awesome. Another land, awesome. Growth Spiral. Yeah, we're just drawing cards on cards. Every lineup draws a card now, so our Growth Spirals are just insane. Land 4. A Sheoldred here would be a little annoying. That's pretty good too. It's Inquisition, and they reveal top 3. They actually hit a Feed the Swarm, which is pretty crazy. So for some reason, Black's allowed to kill enchantments now, so they can kill my Guild Summit, but I think we're still good. They'll say Krasis here, and then they feed the Swarm the Guild Summit, which will stop our ability to draw cards. But we still have a bunch. We have a bunch of mana, a bunch of cards anyway, so I think we're still good. So good beats, good hits from our opponent. But gonna go again. Wow, all right. I think we have a spell here, a spell here, and a spell here in our lands, which is great. And Gigantha hanging out too. So end step. Discard a card. Draw a card that costs more than it. And we draw another route. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, so we're going to go land. We're going to fire up the Baldur's Gate for green, which is a bunch. Hold on, actually. If I route first, I can Baldur's Gate for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. And then cast the Gigantha. That's pretty good. Let's do that instead. So let's actually tap 1. No, I misclicked it. I'm pretty sure they moved that, and I'm really mad about it. It used to be the mana was on the left and the ability was on the right. And I think they swapped them the last update, which is the literal worst thing a programmer can do to us. But I'm sure it's a mistake, obviously. But, whoo, boy. Okay, that's a challenge. So now I have 5 mana left over. All right, so we're just going to... it's red mana. Let's cast Growth Spiral, play a land, and play Route. That hurt. I'm not gonna lie. That was a tough one. I don't know the official channel right now, but whoo boy, I gotta put that one back. All right, so I'll put it in Plaza, and we're going to gain some life and play another Route, and we're going to go get another card draw land as well as a uniquely named gate. And I think we're still in good shape here. I mean, the literal worst thing that can happen would be they draw Thoughtseize and take my Krasis, but I still have multiple cards here in these. All right, cool. No worries. We're good. Shake it off. We'll just shake it off. And we still have multiple card draws here. And Sheoldred, too. Okay. But we're seeking multiple spells. We have a bunch of mana in play. And then Gates of Blaze is great. A lot of our spells are just good. You know, they either draw cards or do big things. So we draw off this. And there you go. Right. So that's awesome. So that's that. And seeking, importantly, also is not drawing for Sheoldred. So let's play a gate. Let's tap Baldur's Gate for a bunch of green mana. And let's start by... We have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 mana in theory. Yeah, let's draw a card first. So seek an online card. Just look at that. We got it anyway. And then we're going to Ablaze and just Gigantha, play Gigantha. So get all out of here. You're done. Buy Gigantha. Play Gigantha. And ship the old turn back with, 12 lands in play. 50 mana. Still more cards to draw. We still have 1 draw on the Gate to Sea Tower. Another Gates of Blaze in hand. Plaza to gain some life. They have possibly the best card they could have here in Pyromancer, drawing 2 if in an empty hand. I don't think it matters, though. Let's actually not. Let's do this first. Let's not Baldur's Gate. Let's tap Baldur's Gate. All right, whatever. Add a bunch of green. Add 9 green. Seek. This is going to find Ugin. Okay. We can Ugin. We've already used all of these now. So, oh, no, we still have this one too. We can play a land. We can play an Ugin. They're going to scoop Ugin anyway, so we're going to bolt this poor Pyromancer here. We're going to draw off the Gate to Sea Tower. Find a route, sure. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do. So, pretty awesome game. And we didn't need to win with Maze's End, but that's okay because we do this cool ramp stuff, and if things go wrong, we can Maze's End, which is super cool. All right. Pause on play. Hand's great, though. We got some lands, some Grazers, Gates of Blaze. If we're playing aggro, we're happy. If not, we have Maze's End and stuff, too. It's cool. It's all good. Turn 1, Rule Guild Gate. Turn 2, tap land, Grazer, tap land. This is a hand that wants to draw more lands. That's the reason why we're playing 60 lands. Not that crazy. The reason why we're playing 30 lands, I think it's half lands. So, play Rule Guild Gate and say go. We see an Elvish Mystic. Let's see what kind of Mystic deck this is. Is this a Devotion deck? Is it an Elf deck? Is it an Aggro deck? Is it a Mono Green deck? Ooh, it's a Mono Green Devotion. All right, it's a very powerful deck. This is their absolute best possible draw. Yeah, they have the. This is the as good as it gets. There is no better draw on the play here. They have 6 mana next turn, and I have I'm gonna have more than one, I guess. But Plague Razor, we have Gates Ablaze, but Planeswalkers are a bit of a soft spot for us. Play this. There you go. This is the nuts. This is as good as it gets. Especially on the play. This is a Scourge of Pioneer. Just an old growth troll though, and no Nykthos. So you draw a card. And if we Gates Ablaze, we don't currently have the 4th gate. Untap permanent. Play another troll. Wow. They are doing it. We draw Thran Portal. That's not bad, actually. So we can now Gates Ablaze. They can put the trolls on the Farce. It has to have a ton of mana. But obviously we're gonna die too. So we could play Guild Summit this turn. And maybe Gates Ablaze the next turn. They don't have Nykthos yet, which is pretty important. And either way, they're going to have a bunch of mana next turn. They would have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 if they play a land. Right now they'd actually have more mana if I Gates Ablaze, which actually was wait a turn. Let's play Guild Summit. Yeah, let's play Guild Summit. Play Portal. And put this on green, I guess. Draw a card. Take a hit here. We can block with a Grazer. Soak a little damage up. Fire on the Gates Ablaze next turn. We can also Grazer again to get 2 more gates in play, possibly. They had Nykthos too. Oh wow, this is like the their peak performance here. That's 9. Nissa.
In this land, we are all connected.
This is turn 3, by the way, in case you were wondering. Turn 3 on the play.
Elements.
That's actually really good for us. Now we have the Gates Ablaze. The Elvish Mystic into Kiora Elvish Mystic draw will not be denied. The good news is that, yeah, I mean, the Gates Ablaze is getting us Nissa. So we have to kill Elf, and a Forest now. We can't stop their Devotion, though, because they have the ability to put these trolls onto the Lings. It's lands when they die, which is bad for us. So we draw Gruul Guild Gate. All right, let's play a Gate. And we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gates in play. So we just play the Gates Ablaze, and then play another Razor, and play another land. And this is going to be a Maze's End game, I think. We'll see. Kill all the stuff. Again, the Devotion goes to 3, but once these trolls come back, it goes back up to 9 immediately. So they still have a ton of mana. Play Razor. Take the 1. Put in the, we actually have 2 Gruul Guild Gates in play, unfortunately. It's not ideal, but put in the Is It Guild Gate and draw a card. Wow, that's actually a really good sign for us. They're gonna crack one of the lands and make a 4/4, because that means they don't really have a use for the mana. That's awesome for us. So now it's all about finding a second Gates Ablaze, I think. A Mystic? Yeah, actually. Oh wow. This is a lot. They are going all in right now. Okay. We need a Gates Ablaze, folks. We have a lot of draws to look for it with the Guild Summit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we are dead like next turn, so we gotta find it. But if we do find it, we'll win. So super tense game. Honestly, it's a crazy game. Opponents just like all the chips are in the middle. Here they are. We're going to block. We go down to 8. We're dead on board. We need to find another Gates Ablaze. If we do, we win. Probably. I guess the Nissa is still threatening an ultimate, but... Make 4 mana. Stab Nykthos. Make 6 mana for Festival too. Wow, what a hand they have. Alright. 2 lands in play. Casting a 6 mana spell. They find Karn and Lair of the Hydra. This might be a little too much. Now it might not actually matter if we draw Gates Ablaze or not. They're going to Karn for a Leveler. Alright, we did not draw a Gates Ablaze. So we have a draw off this. We have a draw off Explore. Oh! I don't even know if it's enough, though. I mean, Nissa, Nykthos, Karn, etc. is really nasty. Let's see here. Let's play on the gate. Actually, we can't play a non-matching gate here, unfortunately. Is there a thought to playing Maze's End? Or do you want to keep drawing cards? So let's see what happens. So I cast Gates Ablaze. These all die. They're going to untap with a Nissa on 7, a Kiora on 4, and a Karn on 3. And they have a Nykthos with 3 Devotion and a Lair of a Hydra. And a 3/3 coming at us also. Yeah, we got to draw more cards, I think. So let's play another gate. Draw. Alright. Gates Ablaze again. So they're down to 3 Planeswalkers and 2 lands. It's not very often you have more Planeswalkers in play than lands, you know. They got the Leveler they can't use. Forest. Alright. 2, 4, 6. Oh, they can't guess Leveler. Wow, man. What a crazy game.
I'll entertain your challenge.
That is not one I've seen on in the Devotion deck before, but sure, it's a really good card. It's insane in the Elf decks. It's the best card in the Elf decks by far. It's a card that like single-handedly makes Elves playable in Historic. But
you will not threaten this world.
So they're gonna seek for an Elf. Karn minus. Obviously, we're gonna need to find a spell here. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't drawn any of our Seek lands or Baldur's Gate. Darksteel Citadel. It's kind of cute with the Nissa. Obviously, you can make this into a 3/3 indestructible. Alright, here comes the forest. We once again need a little help here. We have enough mana for just like play Gigantha, but that's not good enough. 5. Hold on. Do they have enough to... They do have enough, I think, to cast Leveler. No, Paradise Druid. As an elf? Okay.
Flows with vigor.
7. 1 short of Leveler. Think they could have cast Leveler, honestly, without playing this. I think that might have been a mistake. Hey, we'll take it. Alright, so... A new Kiora.
Not to brag, but my friends kind of
Untap. Nope, they can't cast Leveler now. Nykthos, 4, 8, Leveler, kill Guild Summit. I think that might be it for us, folks. I think they got us. They had the Stone Cold Nuts on the play. We battled back, but we drew the land too. Yeah, they got us. Alright, good game. GG. Hopping over sideboard here, and we're going to bring in Ugin the Spirit Dragon for sure. Deafening Clarion's weird. I don't think we want it. It's not particularly great against the Planeswalkers or larger creatures. It only really kills Llanowar Elves, so I don't think I want those. The Rams are great. Krasis is pretty good. Also, I might shave a Guild Summit. It's a little more of a grindier card. But yeah, I mean, again, they had the absolute best possible hand in that game on the play. So I think, you know, if their hand's a little worse, we're on the play. You know, things are going a little bit more our way. I think we would have had time to get things going there, but that's okay. All right, so you're on the play, and we have a pretty good one. Let's keep this. Untap land, explore. A little Ugin to top off on. Ugin's quite good, obviously, here. Opponent mulligans twice. All right, so their deal with the devil for game 1 has come back to bite them here in game number 2, and they've mulliganed twice. It's a fickle mistress, drawing shuffling a deck and drawing random cards. All right, 5-card hand. They have a Leyline though. Leyline, of course, is banned in Pioneer, but legal in Historic. And it makes all the elves tap for 2. So pretty, this is also, I guess I'm sorry. I was wrong. The Kiora, the turn 1 elf, turn 2 Kiora elf draw is the best possible draw in the deck for Pioneer. If they had a Leyline, it would have been even better. So, almost the best possible draw. Here's a Plaza, here's an Explorer. And here is a Azorius Guildgate, and say go. We can't play the Route next turn, but it's 2 mana, Freylees. Tap the elf. and play a troll.
Blossom with nature's magic.
This deck has some ridiculous draws. All right, sure. So we're gonna play Ram here and play the Mace's End. What's that last card? Hope it's not good. We have a 4/4 Ram, which will be a lot bigger next turn after playing Rout. We're also building up to Ugin too, which is great. Only have 2 gates. We're gonna get Baldur's Gate with the Rout. We got a couple Explorers. I think we're good here. I think. I hope. No Nykthos yet either. All right, let's play tap Elf, untap.
You underestimate our strength.
Play another Elf, and then activate the... It's a huge mana maker, and it also has a mana sink on it too, but not quite enough, so that's okay. And now next turn they can make a Regal Force, but we're going to attack this, so we can try and stop that. So Regal Force is a 5/5 creature, costs 7. It's not actually on Arena as a card, but this card conjures it as the ultimate. So ETBs, they draw 4 cards, so it's obviously a very, very powerful card. We drew a gate too, excellent. So we're going to go Rout. We're going to get 2 gates. We're going to get Baldur's Gate and a draw land. And we're going to play this. And we're going to attack the Freyleys. If they want to ultimate, they have to block with 2 things, and therefore they can't draw more cards. So, anyway, we have Ugin next turn anyway, so I think we're good regardless. Ugin is 7 loyalty though, so it can't kill the Regal Force without dying itself. That might be fine though, honestly. Just like kill everything. You know, 8 mana, kill all your stuff is probably good enough. Put the troll in the thing. They can sack land if they want to. They're not going to, actually, which is interesting. They sacked it. They could have made the Regal Force and drawn 3. They're going to keep the thing around. Wow, what a draw. All right. They draw the Festival. The problem is, I think this is going to backfire on them because they're going to hit Forest off the Cavalier of Thorns, which finds a land off the top. And they're going to hit nothing. A whiff on cycling. And now we're going to play an Ugin -5 and to keep our Ugin around, which is obviously very good for us. So let's Baldur's Gate for green. So we have 4. We actually don't have any more than 8. So play Ugin -5. Say whoosh. It's all gone. Ugin pretty good here, obviously. Don't want to mess with Ugin. So they have 4 lands in play, and yeah, it's going to be good enough. All right, sweet. Common response to Ugin. When I was, my stepson John, he's 12 now, but when he was like 7 or 6 or whatever, he was watching me play Tron on Magic Online and Modern. And he would be like, Jim, why is it whenever you play the Ugin card, they just scoop? Well, that's why right there. So game 3, we're on the draw. Yeah, I mean, we're just have to do what we got to do. If their hand's really good, we're in trouble. You know, realistically, like, the Mono Green Devotion deck at Historic has some of the best, you know, unopposed hands in the format, where they just do their thing better than anyone if they're not being, you know, creatures being killed, Thoughtseizes, etc., etc. So, and we draw a hand that's not great. It's fine. It's slow. It's turn 3 Growth Spiral, turn 4 Ram. The problem is, what are we looking for? I mean, Gates of Blaze, I guess, an untapped land. I think I'm going to mulligan this. I think that their potential is so high, and they also kept 7 too, that this hand is just too slow. We're going to mulligan. That's worse. But we're going to keep. I'm not going to go 5. We have the Explorer into Rout if we draw a green source, and we're on the draw. Yeah, we're going to keep this. All right, Tip of Guild Summit. This might be really ugly really fast, but have the Elf. So no Leyline, but they have the Elf. Draw a green land. Excellent. All right, that's what we're looking for. So play the Guild Gate. Freyleys. Not quite cure. Untap the Elf. Play another Elf. Right. It's 5 mana on turn 3. It's pretty good. 6 mana, actually. We draw a Growth Spiral. Rather do Spiral than let's play this. Play Siga. So Spiral into a Rout. Is it fast enough, though? That I'm not sure about. Again, another excellent hand from our opponent. And here's 6. They have a turn 3 Festival. Turn 3 on the play. Nope, just a troll. Okay. Okay, that's a little more modest. We can mess with this. Another Elf. Wow. Alright. 1 Gates Ablaze, please. Jeez. We draw a Dimir Guild Gate. So put in the Dimir Guild Gate. Tap and draw another. Alright, so here comes the Plaza of Harmony. Here comes the route. And we're going to get Baldur's Gate. Then we need a... so I'll get one of these... one of these things. So I get this. So they go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 11 power on the board. So we got to find this this Gates Ablaze this turn. Oh, they have Regal Force already too? God, that ultimate's fast. Alright, so they have Regal Force. This is turn... That was a turn 4 Regal Force. Wow. Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Land 4. We're still alive to Gates Ablaze, but now they have a whole new hand. So, let's see. And a Festival. You draw Ugin too, I guess, right? We have 1, 2, I only have 3 gates. I don't think it's enough. Nissa and Nick.
Shelter in my stewardship.
Alright. Sure. You can untap a Forest here, activate Nykthos for 11, Flashback Festival. This is turn 5, by the way, in case you were wondering. That's 1. Play an elf. A little more devotion for you. Make 12 mana. Flashback Festival, 2 mana floating, so they find a Nykthos, they can play it. Find a Nykthos or a way to untap Nykthos, and they can keep going. They find Karn and a new Nykthos, okay. Make 12 more mana. Karn can go get anything they want out of the board. I think this might be over, folks. We'll let them do their thing, you know. The spirit of good magic. Those are some ridiculous hands on the play. $12 mana. What do you got? I want to see it. Something cool. I hope. Go get an artifact. You get a Chroma's Memorial. Really? All right. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from red. I guess that means I can't Gates Ablaze them anymore. That's a pretty good play, I guess. Cuts off my out of Gates Ablaze. So now it's Ugin or bust, but we can't... Ugin doesn't kill the forests from Nissa anyway, nor does it kill Karn. But they can untap the... They're just going to keep going. They ain't done yet, folks. This is turn 5. I want to remind everyone, in case you forgot, because that was a little while ago I mentioned that. Untap the Nykthos. Make 20 mana. Play Paradise Druid. Play Chroma's Memorial. They have 11 mana floating. And they're going to just not even use it. And we're 2. We draw Growth Spiral. Okay. Sure. Let's cast Explore. So I got Pro Red too. Okay, that is not an Ugin or a way to cast Ugin. So alright, they got us. Alright, GG's. Woo! Boy. Gates, 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 gates. That's great. We got tap lands. Very, very important to have the untap land. We only have like 8 or 9 untap lands in our deck, so having the untap land is great for a turn to explore. We have the Wrath. We've got a lot of things going on here. We're on the draw, obviously, but that's fine. Like this, lands and explorers. We're playing 30 lands for a reason. The goal is because we want to be getting a land drop every single turn and possibly more than that. Krasis. We have possibly a blue-white control deck here. Let's play the Plaza of Harmony. It's where the Maze's End is going to be really good, barring a something like Field of Ruin. Here's Explore. Dovin's Veto. Honestly, it looks silly, but a very smart play from our opponent. Can't counter the lands, so just counter me from putting them all in play. Alright, so we draw Baldur's Gate. Great draw. Let's play the Guild Gate. And let's play... we can play Maze's End. Not sure exactly what we're doing yet. They play a Triome. If there are 3 colors, I'm very happy, because the more colors they have, the less Field of Ruins they have. Speaking of the devil. Okay, so we got Krasis, Baldur's Gate. Currently have 2 gates in play. We can activate the maze, which is kind of cool. I think we just play a Guild Gate here and crack the maze in our end step. And then fire a big Krasis next turn off Baldur's Gate. I like that a lot, actually. Just like it. They obviously can't Field to Ruin this because it's untapped. Then we just activate a response. They're going to cast a Memory Deluge. Cool. So Krasis is going to be one of our key cards here, as the ability on it is a triggered ability when you cast the spells. Even if they counter it, we still draw a bunch of cards off of it, which is phenomenal. Land 5. Here's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Obviously a very good card, but doesn't have like a ton to do against us. Except for Exile our lands, the ultimate. We've got to watch the ultimates here with these Planeswalkers. Alright, so we're going to activate Maze's End. And we're going to get one of our draw gates. Right? Yeah. So we get the gate to Manorborn. Now I have 4 gates in play. If I were to play the Baldur's Gate, we have 4, 5, 6, I would have 7 mana. I think 6 is fine. So I think we're going to play a 4/4 Krasis, which is good enough to pressure this. And if we draw a Grazer, we can play that too, or just play a tap land. Or not a tap land. I'm sorry, actually, I can actually Growth Spiral here and then have enough mana. So if we Growth Spiral, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 5 gates in play. That's 5, 6. That's perfect, actually. So play Growth Spiral. Can't imagine they would ever counter this. Sure. We play, put in the Gates of Citadel. Then we're going to tap this for a bunch of green mana. Cast Krasis for 4. Draw 4. And then, of course, the 4/4 is relevant if they counter it. Sure. Another Krasis is awesome. Love to see it. Sure. So, Soldiery cards. Again, the only thing we're really scared of here is Teferi Ultimate. And we are a little lacking in ways to, like, directly interact with Teferi, aside from attacking it. But we got some big stuff to do. Having the Field of Ruin is definitely not cool, because we can't go for the Maze's End kill that easily, but get a main phase Wandering Emperor, sure. If Gates of Blaze hits Planeswalkers, we would off the races here, but unfortunately it does not.
To me.
Untap. We draw Explore, so we're going to play, just play Explore, I think. We draw Route, wow, okay. Let's play a gate, fire up the gate, the thingy on... We have 7 mana. That's 8 and 1. We're going to Krasis here for... I think X equals 6 is fine. Need to find an answer to the Teferi, you know, eventually. Draw another Krasis and a Grazer. Cool. We're going to make Spirit, yeah. Sure. So definitely a good draw on their part. Put in the Guild Gate. Currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 unique gates. We've drawn 2 of these and 2 of these, unfortunately. One of the cool things you can do with Maze's End is you can sneak it in on their end step with Growth Spiral and then activate it in your turn before they can do anything. That kind of out of nowhere, which is nice. Thumbs up block here. Teferi is on 7, just 8 next turn, and then ultimate. So we are against the wall a little bit. We're going to flashback memory Deluge. Sure. We have a pretty ungodly amount of mana next turn. We actually have the route plus the Growth Spiral too. So on tap 2, we draw a Ram. That's a good draw. So if we route for 2 lands, it makes Baldur's Gate tap for 2 more mana. So we like only cost 2 effectively. And we want to cast a big Krasis and a Ram here, I think. So let's go tap for green. I think they swapped these in the last update, which is pretty devastating. Very easy to misclick. Cast Route. I guess a veto here would be annoying, but 2 more unique gates in Sea Tower and Tumble Down. And now we're going to fire up the Baldur's Gate on green. So we have 10 green mana, which is a lot, obviously. And we can go Krasis for 8, as well as Gatebreaker Ram. Cool. Let's do it. So we have 1 mana left over. Perfect. And play the Ram. They're obviously going to have a verdict here. That would suck, but play Dimir Guildgate and say go. Drawn a lot of cards this game so far, so.
Hold that thought.
Alright, so they've hit all of our spots this game, basically. Right up the curve.
Let your blade do the talking.
And now we are... Yeah, we have no way to directly kill the Teferi. So we're mostly all in on like the Growth Spiral Cheese Out plan. Which is honestly not the worst plan, you know. Alright, play Portal. Gonna make a ton of green. Gotta cast Route. I gotta cast the Route first, but whatever. These two unique lands. We're gonna hold Growth Spiral, which is very important because you want to try and end step Growth Spiral and try and get them, which is gonna be hard to do, honestly. But let's draw this. Let's see what we draw. Guild Summit. Yeah, I think the Teferi's gonna get us here, unfortunately. Needs to be a little better post after sideboarding, so buy Gigantha. And alright, I'm just gonna say go. So right now we're looking for the cheese out win. If they somehow tap, I don't know why they'd ever tap their Field of Ruin, honestly, but if we had 2 Maze's Ends and 2 Growth Spirals, maybe then we can get a thing going. So there's the emblem, and now every time they draw a card, they exile a land, so we have a very short window to actually get back in the game. A second Field of Ruin? Wow. Alright, so they all our spots here on the Teferi. I think we're just dead. They'd have to screw up pretty bad here to lose the game. The Baldur's Gate, very smart choice.
Remember your training.
Just trying to sneak it in there. No sneaks. No sneaks. Can't sneak it in. Alright, that's fine. No worries. We go to our sideboard. We get a lot better cards, obviously. The Gates of Blazes here are not very good, so... Tap 3 white. It's basically as simple as Field of Ruin my Maze's End. We can't win. Alright, they figured it out. Alright, so that's okay. Next game. Get some nice sideboard cards. I think we'll be alright. The big win we get, of course, is Chandra Awakened Inferno. The uncounterable Planeswalker, which is very, very good. It does turn off our Gigantha, which is fine. So Chandra comes in, Disputes come in, and Negates come in. All the Gates of Blaze leave. The Rams are actually not that bad because you can't Wandering Emperor it because it has Vigilance, which is kind of cool. But they're not that important. However, the Grazers are, I think, a little worse. You're scared of the Grazers here. If they're not blocking or not in a rust, Grazer can go away. And then Ugin's a little too hard to resolve, I think. So we're just doing it on this. So we got big Chandra here to help out. Alright, on the play. Hand's great. Keep. A little awkward, honestly, without a blue-green duel, because we can't play Spiral on 2, but that's fine. Honestly, we're not in a huge rush here, so... Negate's great. Summit's great. Is it Guildgate? So you play Plaza, but it'd be a blue-black... a green-black land, sorry. So play Guildgate, so go. Set up for tap land plus Growth Spiral. The Ram's not bad either. We're going to wait, though. We're going to wait. Play Guildgate, so go. Go for end-step Growth Spiral and see what we're going to resolve. Also, we'll have the ability to have the gate up also, potentially. Alright, gate is in. Draw Mystical Dispute. Not a bad draw, actually. Getting our Guild Summit online is a pretty nice thing to do here. I might just go for the Summit. They counter it with a non-veto counter. I'll just dispute back and then draw a card at the Guild Gate. We can go from there. Playing Ram is also pretty reasonable too. But I want to try this first, I think. If they have veto, it sucks, but it's fine. Cool. Then we will draw a card off this. We draw a Bark Channel Pathway, sure. We have our Dispute up for... Teferi's the big one. We just got to make sure Teferi does not stay on the battlefield. That's really the really important one. 4 lands. So, very important against control decks to make sure you're picking your spots well. You want to try and cast spells at the least opportune time for them. So, for example, with 4 mana up and 7 cards in hand, a card like Memory Deluge is pretty likely here, and you don't want to let them cast it for free. So now it's time to jam a spell and try and resolve some things. So we're going to play a Ram here. The question is, do I want to play the Maze's End or not? I want to have Negate and Dispute up. I think I do, actually. So we can defend our Ram and then also counter Teferi. Let's play Ram. Ram's going to be a 6/6, and most importantly, Vigilance. So I love how Vigilance is super relevant against them as they have the Wandering Emperor. They're going to play a 4-mana Leyline Binding. All right. I mean, we're gonna defend here. We have Dispute up, so if they try and slam Teferi, we just slam this back, and we're good to go. We got Maze's End. We got some gates. Hardened Veil Teferi. Love it. Get off my plane. And now he gets to untap and draw a gate, hopefully. Sweet's not bad either, actually. So we attack for 6. Get Maze's End online. And Maze's End is pretty cool against control decks, obviously. It's bad against Field of Ruin, but you just keep getting lands out of your deck. Get a land out of your deck, play it again. Get a land out of your deck, play it again. It is card advantage, and then we'll draw a card off the Summit as well, which is great. They miss a land drop. Love it. I love to see it. And then we're going to fire up the Maze's End and get a Baldur's Gate. Yep. And then, I was in untap, actually. I actually forgot about that. Draw a card. Explorer. Cool. I think I'm pretty cool playing Explorer here. Still Dispute up, which is important. Another Maze's End? Okay. We already have lethal with 2 Ram hits. Someone's going to play the Maze's End. An attack. I play the gate too, I'm sorry. So many cards, actually. I should play the gate first. I forgot I had a land drop. In for 8. Play a little, like, kind of like counter go here, at the, like we're playing a Fairies deck or something. Play a big creature and some counter spell back up. So good way to beat control decks. Shark Typhoon for 3. Sharks have nothing on sheep. Alright, cool. Cool comeback there for game number 2. Game 3. And nothing changes for us. I think we're still pretty happy with our configuration here. Didn't even need Chandra that game. We just beat them with a few counterspells, which is great. So, obviously, as we saw in game 1, like, the Gates of Blazes are pretty bad. Pretty common thing as control decks, honestly, where your opponent just has... you just have a lot of cards that are dead against them because you're playing kill spells, they still don't make creatures, and so on and so forth. So, hand's great. A little all-in on route, but we have a Ram too. Apply some pressure, an untapped land. It's really good. We actually naturally drew Baldur's Gate, which is sweet. Then we have 2 card draw lands too, so... Razor not the best card ever here, but it definitely plays. Getting that extra land in play can be nice. Grazer. You gotta make disappear my Grazer. Aether Gust. Alright, you're on the bottom. You're done. It's fine. 2 untapped lands here, so you can just go ram into Baldur's Gate and bring me ram into Route. So we're just jamming here. It is jam, slam jam time. Here's the ram. No vetoes here. Ram resolves. 5/5 Vigilance Trample. And again, Vigilance super important. Emperor. And no land for our opponent. Oh, wow. So now we're in a very interesting spot because we know our opponent has 6 cards in their hand. As I was saying earlier against control decks, it's really, really important to try and make them, you don't want to let them do the things they want to do when they want to do them. You want to make it as awkward as possible for them. That's why playing as a control deck is actually really fun, because you're actually the one in control, because they have to react to things you do. So you do the things when you make it hard for them to do the things they want to do. So there isn't really like a card they can have here that's a proactive like card draw spell or something like that. So we can just chill. We just play a gate, and let's play gate to the Citadel. Let's play Sea Tower. And then we just attack for 6, and we just say go. So there's no reason to cast a spell here. We know they have 6 cards in their hand. There's almost nothing they can do. It's proactive right here. We just say go. Make it awkward for them. No land. All right. Well, that's a little unfortunate for them, obviously, because now they just don't have anything. But sure. Play gate. Attack for 7. And this game will be over very fast, I think. Now they're dead on board, so they have to play, land verdict or whatever. They find the land, play the verdict, sure, but now we're just good to go. Now I can play summit and route. Right, so we have... Can I? All right. Draw Dispute, too. Excellent. So, Baldur's Gate makes 4 mana. It's 5 mana. We can Summit, draw 2, and then play Plaza to have Dispute up for Teferi. Or we can play Route. No, I'll just play Summit. Yeah, 4 mana. Yes, just sure. Let's play... Summit? We floated a blue, sure. Let me draw off these. Mazes and Guildgate. Okay. And now we're going to play the Channel Pathway on... I'm sorry, we'll play the actually Plaza Harmony, sure. Play Plaza, we have 1 blue mana up for our Dispute. And just say go. And now every land drop draws a card. We have a counter spell for Teferi. And we have a Route next turn also. And Mazes End and a lot of stuff. So they miss a land drop again. 7 cards in hand. Once again, there isn't really a reason to cast a spell. We're just going to play... Because again, actually, I'm sorry. Now they can have a what's it called? Card draw spell. So let's actually cast something here. Because if they counter this, it isn't even that bad anymore. So let's play an Azorius Guildgate. Draw a card. See what happens. It's like Razor. Not bad. Let's make a bunch of green mana. It's actually 5 green, which is perfect. Let's play the Route. See if they counter it. They will. Excellent. So they can't play something else. And now I'll play Razor. And we can play a gate and draw a card. Or we can play the Maze's End, try and get that going. I think I like the idea of playing Maze's End and getting that going. Let's play this. And say go. Control deck stumbled, and we're taking advantage. Let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 unique gates in play. Draw another Route. Cool. So let's play a Guild Gate. Draw a card. Draw a Growth Spiral. Kind of cool, actually. Let's fire up Baldur's Gate for green mana. Cast a Route. See what happens. This is draw 2, double tutor, speed up end. They have to counter it. Sure, it's great. So, counter that. 2 green floating. I think we just cast Growth Spiral. 1 green floating. And we'll just put in the gate and draw a card. This is a matching gate, though, because we already... I'm going to play the Thran Portal. The life doesn't matter, and I want to have more unique gates in play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be 8. Play Portal on whatever. Draw a card. Another Maze's End. Okay. And then we have this mana floating. Nothing really we can use it on, and still have our counter spell up, so we'll just say go. No cheeky Grazer attack. Not going to BM our opponent. Alright, sure. So, they did miss some land drops there. We were in great shape regardless, I think. So, we'll take that. Pretty awesome game. Didn't even need a Chandra. Alright, not too shabby. Pretty good matchup spread there. We put against a mid-range deck, a very, very linear kind of ramp deck, and then a control deck. And we didn't get any Maze's End kills, but honestly, that's like not... It's sort of the main idea of the deck, but sort of the backup plan in a lot of ways. You do your ramp thing, you make them deal with you, and then if you're able to, get into the mid to late game, all of a sudden you can just go... I win, and they have to respect that, which is super awesome. But great games. Hope you all enjoyed it. Of course, check me out. I do content full-time. For those who don't know, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch are my main platforms. Make sure you follow me on those. Give me a shout-out, and leave a comment. And let me know if you like the video, and then what you want to see in future videos. And, of course, like, comment, subscribe. As always, hit the buttons. Hope you enjoy watching. Thanks, folks. I'm Jim Davis, and I'll see you next time.